So what's up, YouTube? It's Josh coming at you with another ridiculously long pickups video. I know, I told you guys the last one was going to be the last one, and I swear to God, I tried. I really tried. Stay tuned. So welcome back, y'all. So before we get started with the pickups video, I will try not to take too much of your time, but I can't promise anything. This is the Juicy Magic IPA. This is a 7% alcohol by volume IPA. It is out of Lexington, Virginia. The brewery's name is Devil's Backbone. Check them out if you get the chance. I am sure it's kind of a regional beer because they're a couple of hours from me, and I'm able to pick this one up on a regular basis. So if you get a chance, definitely check them out. It'll be worth it if you like IPAs. So before we jump into the pickups as well, I just want to do a shout out. I want to try to start doing these more often with channels that I like, that I've been enjoying lately. So the channel I'm going to shout out is Samantha Azira. Samantha is a channel that I've only found a few weeks ago. I believe I found her through a live stream, through chatting through one of the live streams. I don't remember what it was. I know she was on the Retro Rivals live stream a couple weeks as well, but I think it was before that when I found her. It's been a month or so since I found her channel. She does some really cool stuff. She's got a great collection. She did a couple pickup videos, collection videos with stuff. She was showing some retro toys, retro games, things like that. Really neat channel. She's also doing I believe a I don't know if it's monthly or bi-weekly or something like that type of podcast stream with a couple of other YouTubers as well. So check them out, check her out, I should say, at Samantha Azira, and you'll also see the live stream that all the rest of the folks are a part of too. Pretty fun. So getting into the pickups, like I said, I was gonna try to keep it light this month, and I did really well until this past weekend. I actually I came across some deals that I had to get. Stay tuned to the end for the best stuff. I'm gonna save that for last, of course. So we'll start with what I picked up from the pawn shop. The pawn shop was a pretty light month this month. I didn't I stopped at my local one that I go to all the time. Couldn't find anything there. I stopped there a couple of times over the month. Nothing at all. I found another one that's closer to where I work at. And the only thing I came away from out of there with, which I thought was a pretty good deal, but I've recently just started collecting for the Atari 2600. So I got some Atari games. They were $1 a piece, and they came with manuals too. So I got Missile Command. I got Phoenix, which I'm not sure if I've ever played that one. Classic Adventure. Space War, Gorf, Mega Man, and Demon Attack. And like I said, it came with a bunch of the manuals as well. So I thought that was pretty cool to pick those up. Well worth for $1 a piece. And I got a very meager Atari 2600 collection. The next thing I'll go with is I'll go with the thrift shop pickups. The thrifts were very light this month. That's why I was saying I really tried not to, I was trying not to have a big month to spend a bunch of money this month. But I came across some good stuff. But for the thrifts, some DVDs that I bought because I wanted them. A couple to flip and a couple because I wanted. My wife really enjoys the Scrubs series, so I saw that. So she's laid claim to that. This was a movie that I've never heard of before, and it had some big name actors in it. It's got Thomas Jane in it, and Ron Perlman, and John Malkovich in it. It's called The Mutant Chronicles. I haven't watched it yet, but let me know in the comments if you guys think it's decent or not. I've never heard of it, so it can't be a great movie, but of course I had to get this for myself. It's a reseal, it's not factory seal, but for $1.50, whatever it was, Back to the Future trilogy. These two I picked up because I saw them, they looked interesting, and I just happened to look at them. I'm like, I'm gonna flip them, put a couple bucks back into the game collection like everybody else seems to do on their videos here. This is the Touhou Godzilla collection. It's got like 14 movies or something on it, the old classic Godzillas. Of the two, the one's a reseal. The other is still factory sealed though. But for $4, and I believe at last I looked on eBay, it's going for a pretty nice little chunk I can flip over. And also got the Xena Warrior Princess. This is also a reseal as well. I'm going to open it up before I put it up on eBay, but to sell it. My wife may lay claim to that one as well before I get a chance to sell it, so we'll see with that. So moving on to game-related things that I got from the thrift. I picked up not a whole lot of stuff, like I said. Here's about 7 or 8 PlayStation 1 games that I picked up. I picked up 10 Pen Alley, Need for Speed High Stakes, which is a double, because I know I have that one already. WWF Warzone, PGA Tour 97, Croc Greatest Hits Edition, Xena Warrior Princess, and the winner of that bunch was Crash Bandicoot for the PlayStation 1 original Black Label. Looks really nice. It's in really good shape. They always price the PlayStation 1 games a little bit differently at the Thrift, at the Goodwills that I go to. They're usually priced at either 99 cents or $1.29, whereas most of the other games are like $2.29, sometimes up to $4.29, depending on the value. Not really the value of the game, but like the generations of the game. And it also depends which Goodwill you go to, because sometimes they price them at exorbitantly high prices at some Goodwills, and at other ones they're pretty cheap. So I got, for the Xbox One, a sealed copy of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I only picked that one up because, like I said, $3.29 for a sealed game. Can't beat that. I got a copy of Backbreaker. This wasn't from the Goodwill, it was from one of my other local charity thrifts. It's not complete, missing the manual. It's a football game, it's not licensed by the NFL. It's interesting. I gave it a spin. I mean, you know, it is what it is, right, with these football games. Another sports title I got there, Tiger Woods PGA Tour 11. I only got that one because it was a nice, really clean copy, and it was one of those days when I went into the thrifts and it was just dead as hell, and I was like, hadn't been finding anything, so I was like, whatever, let's go for it, a couple of bucks. So I got Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. I actually have this already, I think, on GameCube, so maybe trading or flipping that one out. I got these three because they were all on like white tag sales at the one thrift shop that I go to, which means that day they were 99 cents, but I just thought it was funny with this one. Normally I de-sticker all of my games when I get them, but I just thought it was funny as hell that at some point in the past somebody paid $29.99 for Wheel of Fortune on the PlayStation 2. I got a clean copy of NASCAR Thunder 2002 and NCAA March Madness 2003. The only reason I picked these up is because for 99 cents, you can't beat picking the cases up in case you need to swap them out with something else. I got a good copy of Midnight Club 2 for the PlayStation 2, nice complete copy. I'll probably actually flip that one as well to somebody or trade it off because I've already got that game on Xbox, and I'm going to start going through my systems and kind of paring them down. I don't need to get every game for every system, but can't pass them up when they're cheap. And then I got a copy of X-Men Legends 2. This was one that I've never played before. It looked interesting and it was nice, very clean copy. And like I said, $2.29, you can't go wrong. For the Xbox 360, I only picked up 2 games from the thrifts this month. I picked up Test Drive Unlimited. Never played this one before. It looks like a pretty neat game. It's got some really good, tight-looking graphics and stuff on the back of it. I'll give it a spin and check it out. And I also got the Devil May Cry HD collection, and that's a nice complete copy as well. The reason I picked this one up was because, unlike most of you, who have enjoyed these games, I never have. So I'm going to check them out, see what they're like. Never played any of the Devil May Cry series, so it'd be neat. So that was everything. Oh no, that wasn't everything I picked up from the thrift. I did get a Wii sensor bar, and the reason I picked this up was because it was $2, and I needed one for something else that I have coming up yet that you'll see here in a little bit. I also got this cable because it was 99 cents there as well. I'm not sure what it's for. It looks like an audio jack end that goes into the composite cables, and it's got Xbox on it. So if any of you know what this cable's for, let me know. I'm not positive, so I figured for that cheap I'd pick it up and it would be useful somewhere. So the retail side of what I picked up, I only picked up one NES game at all this month. I know, that's pretty bad for the guy who loves the NES, loves collecting for the NES, but it was Mega Man 3. This is probably the cheapest, I think, of all the Mega Man games as far as value is concerned. But I wanted to add it into the collection. I did not have it, so not too bad. I got that off of Mercari. I picked up, let me see, I picked this one up off of the Ubisoft store because last month I showed you I bought a mic. I bought a Yeti mic, and it had basically a $50 coupon in there for the Ubisoft store. So this didn't cost me anything. It was free. Never played it before, and I'll be the first one to admit, I'm not a fan of the Assassin's Creed series. Now, before you shoot me, hear me out. I tried the first 3 games in the series, never got too far in any of them. They just didn't really stick with me. But I've heard that the newer games, they're more open world and they're a little bit different. So I'm gonna give this one a go, see if I like it, see what we get out of it. Hopefully I will. I made a couple of stops at, let me see, these were all from, this was another Mercari pickup that I picked up, Wolfenstein: The New Order. Love collecting for the PlayStation 3. So I definitely wanted to pick this one up, and I do like the Wolfenstein games that I have played. I don't think I've ever played New Order, though. From the local game shop, one of my local game shops. So this is one that's like 35 minutes from me. I had never been there before. I was on my way to work. It's kind of in that direction. So I was on my way to work that day, and I was off a little bit early. So I decided to check this place out, see what it was all about. And man, he had so many games. Like it was a lot more packed with games than my other store that's only like 15 minutes from me. So I picked out 4 games. He had so many other games that I wanted, obviously, but I just picked out 4 PS3 games for the time being. He gave me a good deal on them because I paid for 3 and he gave me the 4th one for free. He's like, hey, you're new. So if I get a chance, I'm going to try to go back, and next time I go down, I'm going to try to record a little bit. He said it was cool inside the store. Show you guys some of the cool stuff he had. He had mountains of games. It really wasn't organized like a lot of the game stores are, but there was so much stuff, it was crazy. So the first game that I got from there was Dead Space 3. I've never played the third Dead Space. The first game I played way back when it released on PlayStation 3, I don't know what it was about it. It just didn't catch me, so I never really got into the rest of them, but I want to give them a go again. So this was the cheapest of the 3 that are out there. He didn't have the other 2 in that store, but I got a copy of Bayonetta for the PlayStation 3 as well. This one I have played before. I've already played it on the Wii U. My son, he let me inherit that system from him, but he had it. He really liked it. I've checked it out. I've played it. I haven't beat it or anything. I haven't had time to do that. I picked up 2 Resident Evil games as well while I was in there for the PlayStation 3, and that is Resident Evil Revelations and Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Haven't given them a spin yet to see what they're like, but hopefully they'll be pretty cool. From one of our local antique malls that I go to here and there that sells games, I picked up 7 games from there. A couple of them really weren't like great games. They were kind of cheap games that I picked up. I picked up Conflict Denied Ops. I haven't tried this one out yet. It looks like a shooter of some sort. If you guys have played it, if it's worth playing, let me know if I should put it on my priority list or not. Here's a licensed game from a television show. It was kind of a cheesy television show. I remember it when it was on. I watched most of it, and my dad really loved it, so we would watch it sometimes together, or we would talk about it. But we'll see what it's like. It wasn't a very expensive game, so I'm not expecting much from that one. Kane and Lynch Dead Men. Missing the manual on that one, but like I said, trying to beef up that PS3 collection. That's probably the system that I have the second most games for behind the NES. So always looking to add games to it. Killed that beer. Alright, so for the original Xbox, there were the 4 other games that I got from the Antique Mall. I got a really nice, clean, cheap copy of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire for the Xbox. And then these 3 were games that I was really excited to add to the collection. This one, The Thing, based off of one of my favorite movies from way back in the early 80s there with Kurt Russell. Love the movie. I'm going to start doing a playthrough on this one, and then hoping that I get it done and I can get a review out for you guys. If you've never played the game before, if you have played the game, let me know what you thought of the game. But I'm going to let you guys know what I think of the game once I do that review. I'm hoping to get it out for the month of October. So another cool game that I picked up from up there was Castlevania Curse of Darkness. Nice complete copy as well. It looks like a badass game on the back of it. Haven't played it before. The Xbox is yet another system that I really enjoy collecting for. And it really hasn't shot up in price for a lot of these games yet. Now the best game I got up there for the bunch was Psychonauts for the original Xbox. A nice clean complete copy of it. And what I paid for this whole entire stack of games, these 4 original Xbox games and those 3 PlayStation games, was cheaper than what I could have bought Psychonauts for by itself on eBay. So I think I got a pretty good deal, and I definitely want to look forward to playing these games because these 3 particularly, were all games that I was really excited to see and that I wanted in the collection. That was all of the thrift shop and the retail pickups that I had for the month of September. And that was probably all that I was going to have until this past 2 weekends, and I started looking at yard sales around the area. I did pick up 2 games from that yard sale, and that was Fable 3 for the Xbox 360. I played the original on the original Xbox and really enjoyed that game. I would really like to play 2 and 3. I've got them, I just need to get around to it. And then I picked up the Diablo Ultimate Evil Edition for the Xbox 360 as well, because they were cheap enough that they were selling them. The other games, I think it was Dead Space 1 and Dead Space 2 on the 360, and I wanted to pick them back up because I wanted to give them a go, but they didn't have them. So I got these 2 from that yard sale. And then I picked up, where is it at? The other lady that messaged me back about the yard sale, she said, yeah, I've got some games. I got a couple of them that I'm gonna put out here for sale. She said, but I also have a bunch of loose disc PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 games. She said, I'll let you have them. You can just have them. I'll hold them to the side. I said, that'd be great. So I made my way over to that one right after I left the other yard sale. I looked around to see what they had at the yard sale, and I picked up from their yard sale, I picked up a Nintendo Switch Joy-Con holder for a couple dollars. And then I picked up, it was 2 other games. They were $1 a piece, so I picked them up. They were complete in the box. Wild Wild Racing and Midnight Club Dub Edition Remix, which surprisingly, I didn't realize it. I thought I had this game. I didn't have this game. I think I have the Midnight Club 3, but I didn't have the Dub Edition Remix. But surprisingly, that game actually holds a little bit of value. I was surprised by that. So to get to the other stuff, she gave me a whole like tote full of free stuff. It was a stack of loose disc games. Okay, a whole stack of games. Like, look at that. That's probably like 60 or 70 games there. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the majority of the games that are in here are really not like that great of games. There's a couple of them that have a little bit of value, but the problem with it is almost all of them are kind of scuffed up. They're not, I haven't really tested any of them, so I can't really say if they'll play or not. They're not deep scratches that are in them, but I do have a disc resurfacer, so hopefully I will be able to do something with it and salvage some of the games out of it. There's a couple games, I won't go through them all because most of them are just common stuff. There was a couple good games in here that I will go through, show you guys. A couple that have a little bit of value to them. Alright, so, never heard of it though, but this one is Thrasher Skate and Destroy for the original PlayStation. Nickelodeon's Barnyard. I remember this television show when my kids were little, watching it. It's a really goofy television show, but I didn't expect it to actually have any value, but that's for the PlayStation 2. Duke Nukem, Total Meltdown. Now, none of these are like money in the bank type of games, but the whole stack was for free. And the best game of the bunch that I thought was Contra Adventures for the PlayStation 1. I'm gonna go through them all, resurface them, see what I can do with them. Probably got some good winners out of it. But that wasn't all that was in the box either, though. She gave me a whole stack of instruction manuals. Some of them are, most of them are 2 games that are in the stacks. There's some of them that are not 2 games in the stacks. So we'll see what happens with it. And there was like 7 strategy guides in there as well. So, and she just gave all this stuff to me. So I spent $7 on the other stuff, and she gave me all this stuff for free. That was really cool of her. I appreciate it. I doubt she watches this kind of stuff, but if she does, I want to say thank you very much. They went to a good home. So, as I make a mess over here, the next stack of stuff was from the next weekend of yard selling, which would have been the last weekend of September, depending on when I get this out. But I did like super good. Like, I got a couple of really nice pickups here from this last weekend of yard selling. So I'll go through the loose stuff. We went to about 4 or 5 different places. We also went to a beer festival too. And we went to all these flea markets before we went to the beer festival. Then we went, enjoyed ourselves there too. The wife and I had a good time. The first things I picked up was I picked these 4 games up at a local church's yard sale that they were having. Some people were set up there. $2 a piece, can't go wrong with that. I got Ratchet & Clank Full Frontal Assault. It was a loose copy of that. Max Payne 3 for the PlayStation 3, a nice complete copy of that. I got Sonic's Sega All-Stars Racing for the Wii. And I got Bully Scholarship Edition for the Wii as well. Like I said, $2 a piece. Can't go wrong with that at all. She had a bunch of PlayStation 4 games too, and I was trying to wheel and deal with her a little bit, but she wasn't coming down on the price of it. She wanted like $15 a piece for them, and I'm like, I don't really want them that bad. if she would have did something with it, I would have did it. So one of the other pickups that I had that same weekend, it wasn't me that picked them up, but it was my sister-in-law. She called my wife. She says, "Hey, I'm at a yard sale, and they have a bunch of games here. Should I show you some pictures of it?" My wife's like, "Of course, send us some pictures. I'll let Josh look at them." So they had a ton of games at the yard sale that she was at. There was a lot of them that I wasn't interested in, or that I didn't know what they were going to get for them, but I saw a bunch, and I don't collect hard for the DS, but a bunch of them, and they were all so cheap. So for $50, I got all this stuff that I'm about to show you here from the yard sale. I got an Xbox 360 camo controller. It is in perfect condition. I got a Wii Classic controller that is in great condition as well. No scuffs, no nothing on that. And then I got a 360 game and a Wii game. The 360 game I got her to pick up for me was the Minecraft, the Xbox edition. Yes, it's in a Wii case because I swapped out and I took the good case for another game that I needed it for. Because this will just get traded into GameStop because they're still giving like $13 for the trade-in. So for like $3 picking it up, I couldn't go wrong. And then I got Guitar Hero Smash Hits. Nice complete copy of that. That'll get kept and put into the collection. My daughter is a massive Guitar Hero fan, so it was one we didn't have, and one that we don't have to spend like $20, $25 for. So all the rest of the stuff that we picked up in here was Nintendo DS. Now, I don't collect hard for the DS. I have a bunch of stuff. Most of it's from my kids when they just fell off from the DS. They don't play with it anymore. So, but this stuff, $3 a piece. I just told her, I said, get all this stuff right here because it was well worth it. So we got X-Men Destiny for the Nintendo DS, and these ones that are in the cases, all of them are complete in the box. That one isn't worth a whole lot, but like $5-6. But we got Cut the Rope. My wife really likes that. It's actually, the game's not even in here because the wife's got it in the DS. She's playing around with it. We got Yokai Watch for the DS. I think that's a double because my son really was into the yokai and the Pokemon when he was younger. He's still into the Pokemon. But we got Yokai Watch 2 Fleshy Souls. We got Frozen Olaf's Quest. We got New Super Mario Bros. 2. New Yoshi's Island, or Yoshi's New Island. We got Kingdom Hearts 358 2 days. I don't know how you say that exactly, but nice complete copy of that as well. That'd be interesting to check out because I like the Kingdom Hearts games, but never played it on the DS, so we'll see how that is. We got Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, Pokemon Ultra Moon. That was all of those for $3 a piece. You can't go wrong with $3 a piece. Complete in box. And then we got some loose DS games as well for $3 per bag. See, it's still got the little taggies on the bags for these, but this one had 2 games in it. It was now they won't come apart. We had Mario Kart DS and Trauma Center Under the Knife. We got Pokemon Ranger, Super Mario 64 DS, and the winner of the bunch. This game is worth as much as I paid for the whole lot of all these games and these controllers, was Zelda Spirit Tracks. Like I said, $3 a piece. No way you were going to go wrong with it. I was pretty excited to get all that stuff from that one little yard sale that I went to and from that yard sale that my sister-in-law went to. And if the weekend had ended there, I would have been perfectly happy with that. But the weekend didn't end there. Because when we went around to some of the other yard sales, we came across a bunch of other deals. So I got in here, and I won't tear it all out for you, but I got in this box, it's a beat the hell the box is. It's got the Wii, it's got 2 controllers, 2 Joy-Cons. It came with that one. It came with a balance board, which you could find for a dime a dozen if you go out and about looking around. It came with a wireless sensor bar, which is pretty damn awesome. I'm going to keep that for myself. My son really enjoyed this one. It came with Nerf N-Strike Elite in a big box. it's got like a Nerf gun in there that you can pull the chamber out of and put the Wiimote in, and then it's like a zapper game inside of there as well. And then it came with a small stack of games, no hitters in this bunch, but still, for what I paid for it, it came with Rapala Tournament Fishing, Disney's Sing It, 2 of those, a Wii Fit Plus, Monster Jam, M&M Kart Racing, and it came with the all-important Wii Sports, which I paid $20 for that whole Wii lot. That was it. I asked the lady, I started looking through the stack. My wife noticed it. She said, hey, there's a Wii over there. So I went over, I started looking through the lot. I saw this game was in there. There was nothing else in there that really struck me as like really that good. This was the only really good game. But I know this game itself is like an $18 to $20 game if you go to sell it. I asked the lady, I said, so how much do you want on the Wii? And she said, I would like to get $20 for it. I said, $20 it's sold, because pretty much this game will cover the cost of it. I won't keep much out of it. I'm going to flip the whole bundle. I don't know what I'll end up getting out of it, but I know I'll get my money back, and I'm going to keep the Nerf End Strike game, the M&M's kart racing game, just because I don't have that one, and the wireless sensor bar. I wouldn't have paid anything for it. So that leaves me with my final pickup that I got for the month, which was the best pickup of the month, and that was the Zelda Loftwing. I'm just kidding, it wasn't a Zelda. I did pick this up this month, I just forgot about it, but got that for free from GameStop because I traded a couple of games in and I only paid a couple dollars for. So I guess it's not free technically, but I think I traded 3 games in and I paid $2 a piece for it. So for $6 I got the brand new Amiibo. So anyway, getting back to the awesome pickup, the hitter of the month. We were at my daughter's soccer practice, which was Friday night of that weekend. And I happened to be going through my Facebook, and I saw that someone that I'm friends with on Facebook had posted that they were having a yard sale. And in the description of the yard sale, it was closed and all this other jazz, and it said Sega games. So I was like, I quick messaged her real quick, and I said, hey, I see you were having a yard sale, and it says that you got some Sega games. And she had messaged me back. She says, yeah, I have some Sega games. She goes, I'm getting rid of. I said, can you send me some pictures of these Sega games? She said, sure, no problem. So she sent me pictures. I saw a picture of the first game on the top, and I immediately messaged her back and said, hey, how much do you want for this? She said, look, I'd like to get $50 for it. I said, sold. I said, I'll come to your house like an hour and a half from now, and I'll pick them up. She's like, no problem. She didn't live too far from me. So we went. And before I get into the awesome pickup that I'm just talking about, these were things that I'm going to go through the things that she just threw in that I didn't know anything about. Really, most of it was things I didn't know anything about. I knew about 2 or 3 games, but there was one game in there that I was like, I have to have this. It's well worth picking it up for that. So she threw in a Wii wheel. She threw in a black Wiimote and nunchuck in really nice shape. And she threw in a stack of Wii games, which, like I said, this was Sega that I was going for, but I told her I collected games and stuff like that, so no real great games in the bunch. A few of them I already have, actually a Monster Jam I just got in the other lot, but NBA 2K12, Monster Buck Hunter, MX vs. ATV Untamed, Rapala Wii Fish. The 2 games that I'm going to keep out of that bunch is Kirby's Return to Dreamland. It was a loose copy of that, but it's one that I don't have. And Alien Syndrome, because it just looked like a neat game that I haven't seen before. It's a Sega game. So that was pretty cool of her to do that. So the Sega lot, though, was legit. And that's why I was so excited about. My wife was like, oh my God, you're like a kid in a candy store. I'm like, but the game that she had that she sent in the picture was like, oh my God, I have to have this game. Because it's such a great deal. So I'm going to go through it all and show you what I got. She asked for $50. Once I saw what was in the box, I said, look, I'm going to give you $100. She said, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. $50, that's good enough. I said, no, because the one game that's in here would cost me more than that to buy it on its own. So she was like, that's cool. It's like I said, it's somebody that I know. It's an acquaintance of mine. Family, kind of extended family. So of the Sega stuff that was in the box, I got 2 complete in box Sega Genesis 3-button controllers. The boxes are a little beat up because she said all this was sitting in her closet for years. But the game, the control pads, they are brand freaking new. Brand new inside of the box. They probably were only pulled out when I pulled them out to look at them. They're still wrapped in the plastic. They still have the original little blue zip ties that were on them. The paperwork is in them. Both of them are like that. The games that are in here, I'll go through these first. Loose copy of F-15 Strike Eagle 2. Loose copy of Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, or Special Championship Edition. Bugs Bunny in Double Trouble. Virtua Racing. It's one of the cool things about Sega. I'm new to Sega. You guys know that. So any of these that are just like, hey man, that is awesome. That's a great pickup. Let me know. I'm gonna throw them in. I haven't cleaned them all yet. I only picked these up a few days ago. So I got a chance to go through them and look what was inside of it, but I haven't got a chance to really clean the pins and everything on the games yet. But I got Sonic and Knuckles and Earthworm Jim. That was all the loose stuff that was in there. This and all the plugs and stuff was inside it as well, a Sega 32X. I have a Genesis, I did not have a Sega 32X, so that is really cool to pick that up. It's got the power adapters and all the plugs and stuff like that. It's got the instruction booklet for tells you how to hook it up and all inside of it. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, not for resale. It doesn't have the manual, but still a good pickup. A cardboard box edition, complete in the box of Monopoly. I got a nice complete in the box. This was one of the ones I saw in the pictures that she sent me that I really wanted. I've been looking for this game actually for the Super Nintendo, but very cool to pick it up in the clamshell. Bob for the Genesis. This one is complete as well. She said these were all from when she was a kid. Her and her brothers and sisters used to play them all the time. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Corpse Killer, Sega CD 32X. This one I haven't figured out yet. I'm guessing, and you guys are gonna have to let me know, that you have to have the Sega CD and the 32X to play this game because it's on a disc, and I don't have a Sega CD at this point, but pretty cool to pick it up. And the 4 games that were pretty special, I thought, to pick up. Tempo. This is not a complete in-box copy. It is missing the manual, but from what I saw on price charting, this was a pretty expensive game. Well over, like I think it was like $150 for that game. This was another one that was over $100 that was in the box. This is a Shmup, Lightning Force. It's missing the manual, but still it's got the case in the cart. Very cool to pick that up. In the cardboard box, a complete copy of Phantasy Star 4. And the game that I saw that I wanted and why I was so excited about getting it was a complete copy of Splatterhouse 3. So, you guys let me know with that pickup, did she or did she not hook me up? I think she hooked me up very well. She wanted $50 for this lot. I know her, and I told her, I said, that's why I gave her $100. I was like, you know, I want to give you something more for her because of the game. I didn't realize until after the fact that a couple of the other games in there were actually worth the amount of money that they're worth. But they're going to my collection. They're not getting flipped. They're not getting sold. The Genesis is a system that I've only just begun collecting for, so I was super, super excited to pick these games up and add them to the set. And I really did appreciate it. So April, if you are watching this, thank you very much for adding these great games to my collection. I know they were from your childhood, and I appreciate it that you were willing to part with them and add them to my collection. So I've taken up enough of your time. I know. I apologize. I told you after last month it wasn't going to be another one of these long 30, 40 minute long pickup videos, but I lied. What can I say? I had to show you this stuff. I was super, super excited to get all this stuff and add it into the collection. Tell me what you guys thought. was your favorite thing that I picked up from the collection, for the collection, I should say. Second beer. And drop me some comments down below. Like the video if you do like it. If you don't like it, I guess dislike it. It's up to you. If you don't want to like it, dislike it, whatever. I don't care. Just drop me some comments because I love talking to you guys. It's the best part of doing the YouTube videos. It's what makes it worthwhile. So until next time, cheers everyone.